I've known Liz a long time, and she's one of my closest friends in politics. And it's not just for that reason, far from it. It's because I know that she has delivered. And she's been in the cabinet since 2014. She's served in 5 different roles and was an education minister before there. And whatever you can say about Liz, she absolutely delivers. So more recently in Foreign Secretary, she got Nazanin home. But as importantly, I know that she's got a bold economic plan to help families with cutting taxes for them, or to help them with the cost of bills, but also, to be cutting taxes for businesses so that we can get growth in our economy, because it's growth that's going to help us increase the tax yields and make sure that we can continue to honour the 2019 manifesto, which Boris won with a huge majority, and as well as getting ready to make sure that we win the next general election. So I think Liz is the real deal, trusted to deliver, ready to lead, and that's why I'm backing her.
Thérèse, one bit of critique that Liz has been getting for her tax cuts policy from some leading economists are concerns that it might actually be inflationary and add to some of those rising prices that people are seeing across our country. How do you respond to that?
Well, I think there's a variety of things that's going on with inflation, the aftershock of COVID, so global supply chains are still not back in the place that they are. And of course, there has been some aspect impact, particularly on energy, with the effect of Putin's invasion of Ukraine. Now, Liz is leading the way in standing up to Putin and other elements like that. But talking of economists and their views on tax cuts and inflation, I think frankly, we see a lot of economists opine in different ways about this. I believe she's got a credible plan in terms of needing to boost growth, and that's by boosting investment and attracting more investment into this country. And that's the way that we are going to be able to grow our economy rather than go backwards.
A question now from Paul Embry.
Yeah, Ms Coffey, I mean, I don't know if you heard our previous discussion, but in terms of getting growth into the economy, it can't just be about cutting income tax, can it? Many experts will say, look, the quickest way to get growth is actually through public spending on public works, and you can, create the jobs that are necessary to increase your tax revenues and so on, and to increase prosperity and growth. And part of that, of course, is getting real wages rising. It seems to me that neither of the candidates have actually got a plan for getting real wages rising. How is Liz Truss going to do that? What is her plan? Does she have one?
Well, I think Liz is clear that we need to make sure we get a grip on inflation. That has certainly been spiking, which is leading to those bill hikes. But importantly, we need to make sure that we continue to fill the vacancies we have. That's one of my current roles as Secretary of State for Work and Pensions. We've already, in just five months of this year, got over 500,000 people into work. And it's important that we try and unlock the potential of people in Britain, and so that we can make sure that we are servicing that demand for jobs, but also the demand for services, and get people spending again and boosting our economy. But I think what Liz did when she was the Trade Secretary, of course it's about doing trade deals, but as importantly, it's about getting inward investment into this country. She's got a great track record on that. But the key thing is about delivery, making sure that we remove ineffective regulations that are holding Britain back. And I'm keen that we take advantage of the Brexit opportunities, including aspects of unlocking investment from pension funds and similar. So we need to get a grip, get a move on, and make sure that we are looking to grow. And I believe that's, the package that Liz is presenting on our economic plan is credible, and she wants to hit the ground running from day one.
You talked there, Thérèse, about unlocking potential. Clearly, the manifesto in 2019 was all about levelling up and making sure some of those parts of the country, like my own constituency in Bishop Auckland, really do get those levelling up opportunities so that kids growing up there know they can get on in life without having to flee to the big cities. What is Liz's plan for levelling up, making sure that parts of the country, like the North East, etc., do have those opportunities moving forward?
Well, Liz is a lady of the union. She grew up in Paisley, lived in Leeds. She really wants to get that prosperity right around the country. And that's building on what we have done, set out with our levelling up. But I think a lot of this is about delivery, making sure that we get spades in the ground. And we've seen some great examples of that already, but about unlocking and streamlining what we can do so that we get that acceleration of activity in order to make sure that the growth comes through. I know Liz is setting out a longer-term plan, but she's absolutely clear that we need to see change quickly. That's why she wants to have this bold economic reform, where she's going to be helping families with the cost of living, but also cutting taxes in order to stimulate and boost growth.
And you mentioned about Brexit opportunities as well in one of your earlier answers. Liz, of course, did vote for Remain, and we've heard Rishi Sunak this week saying that he's the only true credible Brexiteer candidate. Is he right?
I believe that Liz is a truly credible candidate. You could show that by the delivery that she's done when she was Trade Secretary. And I think, can I say, people around her, absolutely, who were very much part of the Vote Leave campaign, are backing her because they believe that she will deliver. You know, since we've left the European Union, it's been, dare I say it, a bit of a slow pace in taking full advantage of the opportunities. That's why Boris, as Prime Minister, put in place Brexit Opportunities Minister, David Frost, followed by Jacob Rees-Mogg. And it's important that all of government grasps that opportunity. You know, there are some regulations about what you can do with a Hoover or something like that. Some of the regulations that we had in Europe seem to favour one particular company over another. But nevertheless, I can see whether it's the financial regulations where we want to unlock investment funds, being quicker and more, accelerating that unlocking will certainly help bring money into making sure that we get the necessary infrastructure that can really help every part of the country, whether it's the northeast where you're an MP or indeed southwest. It's important that we get on with that job, and Liz's track record of delivery is really an important part of her agenda.